Yo, what up? It's FKN broadcasting live from Studio 13, coming at you with another episode of Let's Chop It Up. Today, I have a important person, very, very important in my musical career. The first time I ever recorded a song was with this man right here. From the gate, when he first heard me rap, he believed in my talent, and he made me feel like I could actually do it. This man is a San Bernardino legend, an IE legend, a West Coast legend, and I know sometimes I might use that word lightly, but when I'm talking about this man, I mean it in the utmost sincerity. And can you please introduce yourself to the world?
You know what it is? It's your boy Westside Bugg, man. The San Bernardino's finest, Los Angeles finest, Hollywood finest, Oklahoma finest. Your worldwide homeboy, man. Your boy Westside was cracking.
And
Yeah. Seuss. I go by Seuss. The group click shit, you know what I'm saying? AKA Tha Vadio Star, if you don't know.
Whoa.
You know. And that's what it is.
you guys were in a group called the Groove Click, huh?
Yeah.
Can you guys explain that? How big it was back in the days?
Well, the Groove Click was, my mom actually came up with that name, the Groove Click, a group that we started. It started back in, man, I don't even know how far back, but my brother Bad Luck used to have DJ turntables, and he started DJing first. And then, you know, I jumped on the mic because I didn't know how to DJ, and he didn't let me touch his turntables. So I'm like, fuck it. I can rap. Fuck it. I started doing the rap shit. So then my mom gave us the name way back then, and as I got a little older, I'm like, man, I'm going to make a group.
Okay.
Because groups be cracking.
Yeah,
so that's when
yeah.
I started picking up a couple cats that I know can rap.
How many people were actually in the group?
Shit, in the group, probably about 50 motherfuckers in the group.
No way.
But only about 3-4 motherfuckers was really rapping.
You guys had some good success back in the days. You guys were signed and everything, huh?
Hell yeah. We probably one of the first cats out here that got a first shoe deal. I had a deal with Electra Records when everybody left Electra.
Shoe deal?
We had a shoe deal with Skechers.
No
Hell yeah.
way. How
Hell
did
yeah.
that go down?
Hell yeah. Shit. Motherfucker was out there cracking. I had a song called Dude, like a white dude song, skater song. And the motherfuckers gave us a shoe deal.
Yep.
And I was like, fuck it. I don't give a fuck if they Skechers, Vans, or Payless, or Pro Wings. I don't give a fuck.
I got my own shoe. I got my own shoe going
motherfucking
on. That's right. So the first time I heard about you, you were connected with 40 Glock. How's that relationship come about, and how is it now?
40 Glock, my boy 40 Glock. Well, how I met 40 Glock, I've been on 40 Glock since he was a youngster. 40 Glock younger than me. So that's a little young homie. Fucking around with my boys up in the zoo, man. The zoo up there in Colton. Shout out to Colton in the building.
Yeah.
So, and Colton just being in the zoo, if you from San Bernardino, and if you black and you live in San Bernardino, your ass lived in the zoo once upon a time. You ain't got to be from there, but your ass lived over there. Because that shit low income. Mother always moved to the zoo.
Hey, you can get anything you want, anything you need
Oh,
in the
my
zoo.
mama.
Man.
Stop shop, man.
Man, you can get weed, powder, cocaine, humans. You can get whatever the fuck you want.
Hey, when you guys started, it was like a big energy and a big vibe back in the day. Like,
Oh, yeah.
how was that back in the day? Because to be popping now is different than it was back then.
Absolutely.
You know, it was more of a physical presence, and it was like so dope back. Like, so how was it back then for you guys?
Back then, you had to be deep. You had to really have homeboys. You couldn't be. I mean, no hating on what's going on now in the music business. I love what music is done, and music is as went as far as the youngsters being able to promote and get popping. But back in the days, we didn't have social media. We didn't have the cameras or none of that. You had to really pull up. You had to pull up. So we call all the homies. I mean, when we did the shows, the reason we looked so deep, because we went and made T-shirts. I invited everybody out. The neighbor, Miss Johnson, smokers. I invited everybody to the show.
He invited Stanley, the neighbor.
I give a fuck.
Miss Parker.
The homie's neighbor.
Yeah. Hey, but there seemed like there was a lot more shows and stuff back in the day.
Yeah, there was.
Like, and you had to do a lot of footwork. You had to go out and you had to actually put work in to get your albums and CDs sold, right?
Yeah.
So with the digital age, how do you think the digital age changed that?
The digital age changed for me like in 07, 08.
Wow.
When the recession hit. Once the recession hit, that's right when I put out the Roach Motel. I put that record out, and I went all through distributor. I went to Universal So my record was everywhere, we're putting the record out. But you had to go promote it. You had to go on tour. We went on tour. You had to go state to state, city to city just to make them pick it up. So when it changed was around 08, 09 when everything started going digital during the recession. So they stopped making physical copies. So, you know, the industry is a motherfucker. Motherfucker figured a workaround, which is just put your shit online.
It's easier.
It was
Yeah,
easy access
yeah.
online.
But you know what the
access.
difference is from back then to now, right? I remember being young. I think I went to your studio. I was like 15, 16 years old, and at any given time, you can run into cocaine. You can run into jail, felony. I never ran into Curros. I would have died if I ran into Curros back then, man. But I ran into so many people at your studio, and now with the digital age, people don't really get together like they used to. You know what I mean? How does that feel? Do you still make music by any chance?
Still make music.
Is it like that for you? Like, do you still have people come to your studio, or
my studio is now located in Hollywood, but yeah, we still have people come to the studio. But now it's mostly just industry cats like Disneyland or something like that. Like cats got where they come in and they want their whole label to come record. Because now you don't need all that no more. Cats can record right from their room and get the same quality sound.
Easy.
So now what I do is people just send me their music. They send me their mixes, and I mix them, master them, and send them back to them.
Easy
Yeah,
access.
so most of us now is super easy now.
Yeah. But do you miss those days, like being with them in the studio, man? Because
we still fuck with each other on a daily when we do something. We still keep it original how it was. And you'll still yell at me, we need to do it like that. Because that's what makes a good song, you know what I mean? Like, that ain't right. We got to do it right. But that's what makes a record,
that's
different
what makes
from
a record
the other
pop,
one.
and that's what makes us challenge each other too. When you're in the studio with a corrupt or jail felon, you get some of the art Razcats, you get some of the best lyricists that ever touched this motherfucking microphone.
Indeed.
That shit steps your fucking game
It
up.
elevates
you.
you.
Go
like,
back and rewrite. When you in there by yourself, your girl tell you, "Oh, that shit sound good." You like, "Fuck it."
She gonna tell you that
You know
sounds
what
good no
I'm
matter
saying?
what, huh?
So you end up.
I say this
different shit.
because one time I was in awe. Like, I was at his studio and we were chilling up there. I was with 40 and everybody, and then we came downstairs. And fucking cocaine pulled up, dog. And I was like, man, that's cocaine. But you were acting like, it's cocaine. You know, but to me, I'm like, man, that's cocaine. You know what I mean? And like, I don't really see that happening anymore. Like, I go to studios, people want to make songs with me. Like, send me the email. Like,
And that's how it is.
I'm not used to that. You know what I mean? Like,
And
even though I'm like a little bit more like with the modern time,
I agree.
I'm still not used to it. I'm used to being in the studio with people and shit. You know what I mean?
I think music comes out more authentic that way because you can feel everybody's vibes in the studio.
Yeah.
Like when I was talking to you about that roll call, it was a good vibe because everybody's in there. You can feel everybody's presence. But as far as doing a song through an email, like he said, going back, it's like you're in your own zone, kind of like, you know what I mean? It's easier that way, less chaotic. You don't have to deal with so many people, attitudes, whatever. That's what happens with a lot of groups. You know what I'm saying?
Are you from the IE?
I'm from the IE.
Okay,
absolutely.
so with that said, did you realize how major it was having all these people come through back in the day?
Nah.
Think about it, dog.
I mean,
think about who you had back in the day,
say
dog.
that.
When you think about it compared to nowadays, that would be like the baby coming to your studio right
Exactly.
now. Because it was A-list rap artists at that time. But at that point, just by being who I was in life, I'm a regular dude.
Yeah.
I sit on the ground and eat fish fry with you. I don't.
Yeah. You've always been like
so
that.
So when they came through, people noticed that I'm just a regular dude, and they act regular with me.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, he's gonna be acting funny," I'm like, "Well, he never act funny with me. I'm just regular old me."
One thing I will say, dog, is I went to your studio one time, right? And I used to get high. I don't get high anymore, but I was smoking weed inside the booth, right?
Right.
Eclipse comes in, and Eclipse looked at me. He looked at Bugg. He said, "What the fuck is he doing?" and then Bugg was like, "No, that's the homie." And then he came in there, opened. He said, "Man, you realize he only let Corrupt smoke in this motherfucker right here?" And I was like, "Well, I don't know. I'm just getting high, you know." But I say that to say that you treated me like I was just like. Who as well, you know what I mean? Like, you never treated me like I was just, because I was nobody. I mean, I'm still nobody, but I was nobody at all back then. You know, just somebody that came with $100, $200. Like, "Hey, Bugg, can you record me?" And you're like, "Let me squeeze you in when I get time." You know,
that's what distinguishes the individual. You treat somebody the same, no matter who they are. It shows you the type of person a person really is. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're here, whether you're making this, or whether you're not. it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You treat them the same with the same respect
Yeah,
you would want to.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Do unto
exactly.
others as you want others to do unto you.
That is
Bottom
very,
line.
very true.
You know?
Very, very true. I've always felt welcome. And like I said, sometimes I only have $100 and I go to this pop up in the studio and I trip out on this, dog. Sometimes I would wait outside on the fence, like to where his studio. Remember, I went to your first studio. You were all the way out, like far into San Bernardino. But your second one, you were by the Stampede Stadium somewhere out there, by the Mac Electronic building, right?
Yep.
And there were days that I would walk all the way over there from Colton. I'd walk over there and I'd just stand on the fence, dog. And like some days you wouldn't pull up, and then 1 or 2 days, like I'd get lucky and catch him, and you would drive in. You know, I'd be like, "What's up, man? I got like $100," and you'd be like, look at me like, "Man, you know damn well I charge more than $100, you know." But hey, 16 years old to have $100 was a lot, you know. And you still let me in the studio, dog. Like sometimes you would have it booked up, but you'd be like, "Hey, just chill. Somebody's coming through today," you know. Like I met an actor that came out like on a, I don't remember what it was, like one of the shows, the detective shows on Channel 7 or something. Like we were chilling with him. Like I met all kinds of people. Nitty, I met Nitty over there. You know, like
shout out to Nitty.
Nitty out there doing his shit.
Yeah, but you would always let me in there, dog, and you would always let me kick it.
Dude, I remember trying to be a rapper growing up, just trying to get on, and got shitted on so many times.
Really?
Fuck yeah, man. I got shitted on so many times. Nobody take your craft serious until you get some money. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers just shitted on you, don't give you action. I put in the work, I rap, I studied my craft, I went and re-rap, I rewrote, I tried to follow the trends and just couldn't get on. And I told myself, man, whenever I get the opportunity, that's why I built the studio, because I couldn't afford to go to a studio at first, and nobody let me go in their studio. I'm like, I'm gonna build my own lane, and when I build my lane, I'm never gonna be them dicks.
Never be like they
Never
did
gonna
to
be a
me,
fucking dick,
That's dope.
Ever gonna be
How
a
did you
dick.
get your break, like in rapping and everything?
I got my break in rapping, really just hustle, straight hustle. It started off with my buddy Johnny Bell. Shout out Johnny Bell. Y'all probably don't even know who he is. He's one of the original Inland Empire music guys, period. Johnny Bell was doing stuff with everybody back in the days.
What kind of
R&B
music,
singers.
though?
It was gospel and R&B.
Oh, no way.
He was doing a little hip-hop, like with Uncle Jam's Army and shit like that. And he heard me rap. And I'm like, man, he said, can you do a Christian rap? And I said, help, give me a couple minutes.
I do anything you want.
Give me a couple minutes. We rapping about Jesus.
Yeah.
So he gave me my first opportunity to perform in front of people. I was running around with Uncle Jam's Army, and we was doing a Christian tour where we was going to all the churches, busting Christian raps.
No way.
And I'm like, man, good looking out. And after that, I'm like, man, I love the Christian raps, and I believe in God. You know what I'm saying? I believe in a higher power. But I'm like, man, what about, can I talk about what's going on?
Yeah.
Where I live, can I talk about what's going on in my streets? Can I talk about what's going on with what I'm going through? I remember doing a show with Badass, SKG.
Rest in peace,
Rest in
man.
peace, my nigga Badass and Caution. I think Cube was on the bill that day. We did a show. Jail Felony was performing. The motherfuckers start busting in the club.
No shit.
I'm like, man, I'm ready to go. Fuck this shit.
I'm going back to gospel
I'm
rap.
like, man, let's get the fuck out of here. J.O. talking about, as soon as they finish shooting, this nigga said, turn the music on.
How did you guys end up hooking up?
So, through a mutual friend, family friend, I was just basically rapping in the garage, pretty much, and just going around everywhere, like, you know, everybody else, parties, because I was playing football, so I go to parties, rap, and that was it. And it just so happened, you know, got grace of God, I ran into this guy, and I was rapping to him, but everything I was rapping was not like, I don't even know how to categorize it, because now they categorize it Chicano rap, or back then that type of rap. That wasn't my style, because that's not the shit that I really listened to. You know what I mean? My brothers were doing missions, and we're listening to Eazy-E, we're listening to, you know, MC8, shit like that. You know what I mean? We're listening to stuff like that. So that's all like the type of stuff that I would listen to. So I would try to rap like that, and that's how I came about. And ran into him, started rapping to him and stuff like that, and kind of like your own introduction, your own little, you know, stuff like that. And that's how it came about. But, you know, a lot of times when you do stuff like that around certain peers, other people feel a certain way because of, you know.
Man, keep it 100,
because
man.
of the
was
color.
Mexican, I was black.
You know, that's what it was.
And
you know
I
what I'm
was
saying?
tripping.
But hey, I want to say this, though. I want to say this. a long time I waited to. You're my first non-Southside artist,
Right.
and I waited a long time to have you on here. And the reason I waited a long time to have you on here before I got anybody else on here is because I know you're genuine, dog.
Right.
Like I
Right.
like I
Right.
said, you've been messing with me since I was 15, 16.
100.
This
and
man was
you've
in the
always
neighborhood.
put people on.
This man was in the neighborhood. He was
Yeah.
part of, you know what I'm saying?
Like I got introduced to you through Butch and Chops.
Oh,
right?
My boy
That's how
Chops.
Butch took
my
me
dog.
to your
Chops.
to your house the first time. I think it was like out by Sterling, somewhere
Yeah,
out that
yeah,
way, right?
Off Newcomb.
Yeah, and Butch took me over there,
Yeah.
and you weren't there, and Butch was like, "All right, man, I gotta go," and I was like, "Well, fuck." I told my uncle gave me a ride, and he was like, "Well, my car's broke down right now." We acted like something happened in the car and shit, you know what I mean? And fucking, you showed up like maybe 30, 40 minutes later, you know, and then we recorded a song that I had. But ever since that day, I know that you gave the homies love and shit, and it was
100%.
genuine and shit,
100%.
you know?
Them
How do
my
you feel about
motherfuckers.
like when tension's always up and down, you know? Does that ever bother you?
It
Or
bothers,
did ever-
it bothers me. It bothers me a lot, man. It bothers me a lot because from both sides of the fence, because I get it from both sides of the fence, just being black and fucking with essays, and then you get it from the essays who don't fuck with blacks.
Yeah.
So I fuck
Yeah.
with cats from LA and I fuck with cats from the IE.
Okay.
So how I started off is I was raised on 7th Street. I was raised on 6th and J Street.
In
West
San
Side.
Bernardino?
In San
Oh,
Bernardino.
man, you was in the hood.
Yeah, I was raised over there on J Street. My granny lived there for like 90 years. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
damn.
So we was a fabric in that community, and that community was half black and half Hispanic.
Okay.
So my next door neighbor, Uncle Tony, that lived at the corner, I call him Uncle Tony, Theo Tony. Tony owned the corner store, and Tony used to let my granny get credit when we didn't have nothing to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it started way back there from your bars market that when we was able to get free food or get food and pay later, that's where the love came from, where it didn't
Oh,
matter
yeah,
what fucking
man.
color you
Yeah.
was, dog.
You
That
get
shit didn't
credit.
matter.
That's only in the hood, though, huh?
And that's why he's
That's only in the
Blaxican.
hood.
Yeah.
On my mama, that's the only way that happened.
Are you up like on Instagram a lot, or by any chance?
Nah, man, I'm on Instagram.
What
but
about
I don't be on
YouTube?
that shit a lot, nope.
Because
I be bullshitting.
I asked you this because you see when like there was blacks going around beating up the corn man
I
and
hated
shit
that
like
stupid
that. Like,
shit.
how did you feel about that, dog?
That shit was fucked up. I wish they'd have did it on my watch, because it don't matter who it was. If you was white, black, Mexican, whatever, I'd have fucked your ass up. Picking on, you picking on a motherfucking innocent motherfucker,
That's
man. I'm a
right.
bully killer, dog. I don't do that bullshit. That shit was some bitch shit.
Yeah,
that
man.
shit 100% is some bitch shit. 100% whole shit. That's the worst shit I ever seen in my life as a youngster.
No matter
growing
what
up.
color you are, huh?
I don't give a fuck. That
Yeah.
don't mean shit. When I was youngster, one of my big homeboys was named J Rock. And I was Lil J Rock at the time. He beat up a balloon man and took his balloons, dog.
Oh shit.
And that shit fucked my head up my whole entire life because I couldn't beat up J Rock. I wanted to beat him up so motherfucking bad,
But
but
you
I was
couldn't,
only 7 or
yeah,
8.
yeah.
I couldn't whoop him. But I hated the fact and felt so bad for the balloon dude. I got older and beat the shit out of J Rock.
Hey, J Rock caught it one day out of nowhere and shit, huh?
I wasn't J Rock no more. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
was Bug at that point.
Yeah.
So I've never been with that bullying shit. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck who you are.
That's
that was
right,
straight
Bug.
bullying,
That's
dog.
right.
I'm not
I
with it.
respect that like a
all,
motherfucker. Hey, speaking about you being down with the Mexicans and you were around when Chicano rap was fucking hot as shit, dog.
Yeah.
How was it back then? Like you
That
did
shit was
tours
dope.
with people like Criminal.
Tours
I know
with
you know Criminal.
Fuck yeah,
You know
Criminal,
Shadow.
Capone,
You know Capone.
Shadow.
Everybody,
Shadow's
right?
my motherfucking dog.
How was it back then? Like from the
Cracking.
outside looking in, how was the music like?
The
back
music
then?
back then
Not
was
I'm not
dope.
saying like you don't have to give your.
No, I know what you're speaking on. I know what you're speaking on. The music back then was crazy. It was crazy. It was super well respected. When I did shows like with Corrupt or Snoop or them, you kind of get haters in the crowd because
Yeah,
they
yeah.
there to see Snoop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when I went and did the Hispanic shows, the Latino shows with Criminal or with fucking what's the boy
Capone.
name? Capone. No, the other one.
Shadow,
Nah.
Little One, Little Rob,
one, Little Rob,
Kid Frost.
Kid Frost.
You want to go down?
You keep going.
Lighter
I did
shade of
shows,
brown.
Lighter
No,
Shade
we
of
go
Brown,
down the
everybody.
list. Yeah.
Them was my dogs, dog. We did shows, and the crowd fucking loves you. Like you get
No
genuine
matter who you
fans.
are, huh?
It's a
They
different
didn't give a
atmosphere. Yeah.
fuck. They was like, "You're here to perform for us. I'm fucking with you."
That's
and I'm
right,
like,
that's
"Man,
right.
I'm on this tour."
I
Fuck
remember
it.
one time I was in your studio and we were sitting down, and I think Kills and M1 had just left your studio, and you were like, "Man, them motherfuckers are bad," and you were like, they should have changed their lane. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, you told me, you looked at me and said, if you want to make it, change your lane. You said being an MC is dope. He's like, but you don't know that the Chicano rap game will take you so fucking far. I said, why you say that, bud? You were like, in Oklahoma, New Mexico, all them fucking places out there, the crowd goes wild.
They lose their fucking mind.
And I never understood that. I never traveled or anything, you know, but I remember you telling me that, dog.
We had that same conversation all the time. Yeah. Because when we started our stuff, it was, you know, the beginning of that. You know what I'm saying? The beginning of that. So I was, you know, you kind of feel some type of way. And we're like, oh, well, I really don't do it. But you got to respect it. Nonetheless, you have to respect what everybody does. Yeah. Whether you like it or don't like it, somebody does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so it doesn't matter.
There's a lane for everything, bro.
Everything.
It's a lane for everything. But one thing I say, like I get into it with him all the time, that's my little brother, I love him to death, is he's a pioneer of hip-hop, so he loves rap. He likes to rap like we rap because he grew up rapping with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But he got to understand you still got to stay true to your culture. You got to still rap about what you really came from. There's nothing wrong with loving your culture. If you brown, motherfucker, you be as brown as your motherfucking ass can be. You are brown first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm black first. Then I'm a hip-hop artist. But you are brown first. Then you're a hip-hop artist.
How you feel about Mexicans and whites using the N-word?
Fuck, that's a fucking situation like a motherfucker. This is how I feel about that. That's a touchy situation.
You better think about that real quick.
Because some real shit, to me, it don't matter. If a motherfucker use it around me, and I know you're not calling me a nigger, you just saying my nigga.
Yeah.
I don't trip. I ain't trying to fight a motherfucker about that shit.
Especially if you know the person, you know what I mean?
You don't mean it
like if Sue said it, how would you feel?
Right. If Sue said it, I'd be like, Sue, what the fuck you talking about?
It's a different conversation.
Because me and Sue have conversations about what that word really means.
Okay.
Now, once he knows what the word really means and he know if it offends me or not, then if he said it after that, it would be disrespectful.
Yeah.
But if he didn't know if it offended me or not, you might think it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got homeboys from 7th Street.
You get offended?
No. Okay. It depends on how you use it and what text you use it in.
Okay.
Now, if me and you talked about nigger, how it's said and what it does to me and what it doesn't, and we had that conversation, if I told you that offended me and you said it after that, then you would be disrespecting me. It's just like I got blood homeboys that don't like when I say cuz to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And if once they explain to me they don't like to be cuz, then I'm not gonna cuss you no more.
Yeah.
But you can say cuz all you want. Just don't say it to me.
And if you do, it's like, man, I just told you, dog. Like, now you're disrespecting me. Yeah.
So it depends on who it is and who it's coming from and what's the context used it in.
Yeah.
Because it gets used every single day. It's a normal word now.
Yes,
it's not like,
it's a fad.
It's not a racial word no more. It's more of a hip hop word.
It's like they made it cool.
Yeah.
It's a hip hop word. And you got to keep up with the times. I can't keep running around mad at everybody that's saying nigga. Because my kids say it. My football players say it. And they're not black. They're Mexican and white. And they say nigga all day long. I tell them don't cuss on the field. I consider that you can't cuss on the field. When you with your boys and you talking, if my son say nigga, he say it. It is what it is. That's between you and the conversation, the context you're using it in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You have always been involved in the youth, man. Like, you got the football thing going out there.
That's what happened to me yesterday. Sorry, y'all. I was supposed to be on here yesterday.
Nah, that's all good.
My kids, I had a game, man, in Fontana.
Yeah. At least you still made it through, you know.
I still came through, man.
But that is so dope that you've always given back, you know, and they love you out there, man.
Absolutely.
They love you
them
out
too,
there.
man. I love them.
They love you out there. Getting back onto your career, so I remember always buying yours and 40 CD. You guys, if it wasn't you guys out there selling your own CDs, you guys had people out there hustling your CDs, dog. Like you could go to any corner back in the day.
You see the band selling
CDs. Like getting that, like you see, like you guys would have people out there pushing it, right?
24/7.
And I say that to say this, like, did you got a record deal with Fontana, with Universal, right? And then through Fontana. What kind of deal was that? And did you guys hustling your own CDs and everything play a factor into you getting it? Like, did they see your hustle and how much you guys put into it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. My deal was fucked. Every deal you get is gonna be fucked. So for all the artists out there, don't think you're not getting fucked. It's who gonna fuck you less. Nobody's trying to get you rich. Somebody's trying to get rich off you. And in the meantime, you just gotta try to make sure you get rich on the side of it. But so you're gonna get fucked. So the deal that I had was I was supposed to get $3 per record. I
Okay.
still haven't seen $1 off the Roach Motel.
No
Not one
shit.
motherfucking dollar.
And that was selling like crazy, dog.
I sold over 400,000 copies and never seen $1.
What
What's
happened?
supposed to get that you get fucked. You gotta learn your paperwork and you gotta do your business side right. The only way I got my money was I took money up front and I bought a studio. I took money up front. We opened up a lawn service. I took money up front and I started diversifying and opening up different businesses and different avenues, the screen printing shops. So that's what I did to keep my money going. I learned that from LL Cool J. I talked to him personally. I'm like,
No shit.
man, he told me that his Def Jam deal, he got $1 million up front. $1 million. I'm like, what the fuck? I would have quit. I got my money. I'm good.
You got to keep it growing.
But,
Yeah.
And he explained to me how there's no royalties because I used to complain about not getting royalties.
Uh-huh.
Nobody gets royalties. What they do in the industry is that they'll say they're going to give you royalties, but then they charge you for everything, your towels, your soda, your water, and they put
Oh,
extras
yeah,
on
yeah,
everything.
yeah.
So by the time you finish, you owe money. So you're never going to see no royalties.
That's how they keep you sucked
That's
in.
how they
and
keep
shit,
you
huh?
sucked in and keep you going because you're fighting. You're going to do that next record so you can get that upfront money.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you don't do nothing with that upfront money, you end up broke.
People go out and buy chains and shit with that
You end
now,
up broke.
huh?
Yeah,
And
you end up broke.
then
In the
thinking like
wrong
something's
shit.
gonna come on the back end. It's like, well, man,
It's
you
not
check
no
it out.
back
You
end.
owe us this much money over here.
There's no back end.
Do you regret signing that deal?
No, fuck no.
You-
no. I would sign it again 100 times, even what I know now.
Because you started all your
Without
endeavors.
that deal, I
going
could
through
never
that.
be who I am. I would never be where I am today if it wasn't for that deal.
That is dope.
That deal made me. It got me where
I
need
seen.
to be.
I see. You know what? I remember back magazines. Fucking kids don't know about
Okay.
magazines. Back
ain't
in
no
the
more
day,
magazines.
back in the day, you could go to a newsstand and buy
got
some magazines. But I seen they even had Roach Motel like the cover and
Articles,
everything
yeah.
in the magazine
Yep,
back then.
yep,
dog.
yep.
How did that feel when you seen that? Because being in the magazine
It
back
was
in the
dope.
day was a pretty big
Right,
deal.
right.
You know
No,
what
it
I
was
mean?
super big. It was dope as fuck. I got on BT. I got on all kind of different. I got on some of the largest platforms in the world. What I did find out was that you can be as big as you want, and the fame definitely comes before the money. There was no money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't getting no money. I was known throughout the world. Everywhere I went to Utah to go do a show, and I see a line wrapped around the corner like TV, and I was like, who the fuck is they there for? Is Snoop coming to this motherfucker? Who the fuck is they for? And it was me, my signing for my record.
Yeah,
I went
yeah.
up there and I signed over 3,000 records, hand signed them and sold them for $100. I got all these people around me. I left the place and still didn't make $1. I'm like, fuck this.
You weren't
Where the
selling your
fuck is my money?
CDs? You didn't have your physicals?
No, I had physical copies signing them, but the record label was there and they
Oh,
was doing
Yeah,
shit.
they were
yeah.
taking
So
the-
they were taking
you
the
know what I'm
money
saying?
in
They
with
got
it.
their-
Oh, they ripped me the fuck off.
Man.
Well, let me take that back, man. So y'all don't be thinking y'all be running around trying to shoot a motherfucker from your label. They didn't rip me off. I allowed them to steal from me
Yeah, yeah.
because I didn't have my business right and I wanted to be on that bad.
Okay.
I wanted to get on.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always knew that all I need is the opportunity and my name.
Let
As
me
long as
ask
they
you this
take
though:
my
was
name.
it worth the price of getting on? Like everything that you experienced, signing and everything, to have the name that you have now and everything it brought to you? Was it worth it giving up all
Hell
that?
yeah. I'd be dead. 100%. This shit saved my life.
Oh,
Fuck,
that's
I'd have
dope.
been dead.
That's
I'd have
dope.
been dead 1,000%. I was wild. I'd have been dead.
So, like you said, you do it all over.
I'd do it
again.
all over again and earlier. I'd have been dead, dog.
Because
you know yourself.
like you said,
once
you bought a studio out
Once
of it,
you
right?
start rapping,
Mm-hmm.
it changed your whole outlook about the streets. Because you was a real street motherfucker. You think I ain't did my homework on you. I know a gang of cats from your hood. My cousin Corey's from your hood.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
yeah.
Corey?
That's my boy. That's my boy.
brother, man. So I know that once you start rapping, you kind of think different. You like, fuck, I can't go shoot him. I can't go get involved in that. Like, I got a show coming up.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
motherfuckers is waiting on me and expecting me to shine. And
Yeah.
I'm doing this for my hood. Let me be this part of the hood. Y'all be that part of the hood.
Yeah, yeah.
So it changes everything. So I would do that shit 1,000 times.
And
Homie,
think
shit
about
saved
it,
my
dog.
life, homie.
Like you have someone like Universal that's counting on you at that
100.
point. It's like it's not Joe Schmo over here.
They see
Right.
their
It's
product.
like you got a whole
Right,
fucking
right.
conglomerate
You got a team around you. You got people
Yeah,
that's around you that you know they work here. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You remember all the people that work for us and calling us and making these phone calls, even though we're not getting no money. Like the world didn't know I wasn't getting no money from the records.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I was diversifying, I was hustling. So they thought Westside Bugg was rich because I still had all.
Yeah,
the
I
shit
know. I
needed,
saw your
you know what
fucking
I'm saying?
chain on that thing. I
You
was
feel
like,
me?
man, that boy get money over
I still
there.
got my
you
chain.
know?
I still
That's
got my
right. That's
chain.
right.
But all that chain money was from studio, recording, mixing, mastering, T-shirts, all the other ventures that we went into. That's where all my income came from.
Okay,
We
because
got some bread, but you know what I mean, it wasn't
enough.
I gotta live off of this bread type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Nobody was
It
giving me no
wasn't-
millions.
Yeah.
man.
is
you know
it way different from the perception that people would think like, oh, I'm gonna sign a record deal, like
I hear
on
that
now,
all the
like-
time, and I'm like, to each his own. Like, all right, you just gotta be, like you said, on your A game before you sign that deal, because you could be signing some shit that a lot of people say I'm on because they signed.
Yeah.
But is that really being on because you signed?
Yeah,
Only,
You know what I
only,
mean?
only you can make yourself on. Once you get a record deal, they'll shelf you and they'll use you for a tax
Yeah, real
write-off.
talk.
That's just
Okay,
business.
okay.
That's just business, period. You have to go out yourself and you have to build your image. Nowadays, the image building is different. Back then, the image building was you have to be everywhere. You have to shake hands with the right people, be next to the right people.
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
ain't got to fuck with nobody. You just got to get on the internet and
Yeah.
do some
Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You can do
Just
some
Takashi
crazy
that
shit.
shit,
Yeah,
and
like,
you'll be somewhere, huh?
And you won't. And
Yeah,
you
because
won't.
that happened a few times. It's just a life learning lesson when you go through those type of deals. Because he did a record for me, and it sold some big units, but it wasn't here. They took that motherfucker and they went overseas with it. So they
Oh,
went,
no way.
Yeah, so
You guys been overseas too?
they,
You
man, they
got to go a record
Yeah.
overseas.
Oh shit, no
and
way.
that shit was popping. The only thing I received from any of that record was a plaque, but that I can't eat.
Where'd
off
the
of that
money
plaque.
come from? Where'd the money
Fucking-
go?
When we see Chacho, we're going to put his ass in the
You know
trunk.
what I'm saying? That's all we see. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah.
that's all we
Chacho ass
seen.
gonna put his
Yeah.
So
ass in the
it
trunk.
made some major numbers, but that shit don't
So
do
you
anything.
went go. Where's the plug at overseas, dog? We need to get a plug for
I
overseas.
got you. Hit me up, man.
Hey, man.
Overseas is even cracking
It's big-
even more
it's bigger.
now because you got the internet, dude. You
Yeah,
cracking
yeah.
overseas.
You know what's crazy dog is like some of my first fans when I like started taking off. Like I would get people from like Switzerland and like man, you name it, Japan.
You still
like,
have 'em. Remember, you still
everybody
have 'em.
would always hit me up, and I'm like, man, this is so dope. Spain,
Mhm.
people from
Yep.
Spain hit me up.
Yep.
Like that would be dope. I even got offered to go out there to do a show. I turned it down because of work. You know
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right,
But I mean, it is what it is. You
Wow.
saying us talking about your studio back then, you could charge whatever you wanted.
Right.
You know, because
Right.
they was studios were
Right.
not that accessible back in the day.
Right.
Now all you need is a laptop and a mic. Is
And
it
you on.
hard to compete with that nowadays?
Well, it changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't do a lot of studio sessions no more. The only
Okay.
studio sessions I do now are like for Disney or someone they record a movie and I do the soundtrack for the movie.
Wait, what
So
do
I
you mean for
packages.
Disney?
So there's a couple Disney cats that come through. So what happens is you sign a contract with Disney or you sign a contract through Ultrawave Media.
Okay.
Ultrawave Media is with Gregory Everett. He gets the contracts. They come in with a contract and say, well, we're going to do X amount of records, and they pay you for the X amount of records. So that's the best way to do it now, and they have to fulfill their contract as
Yeah,
well as
yeah,
you do,
yeah.
instead of just 1, 2, 3 sessions that might come in that might not come
It's
in.
not,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not just music.
Yeah.
Oh
At
wow,
that point.
that's so dope, dog. That's so dope. So you
helps.
don't really get in the studio with anybody anymore?
Not
Unless I
very,
drag 'em.
unless one of the cats, unless somebody call me, you call, I slide through, I do a session for you. Other than that, I don't do it no more because for some reason they think that everyone thinks they record at home and they get that sound. And this is the difference with how music changed during the recession. Is everything was analog and you got a dope ass analog sound.
Yeah.
But now everything you could come home and record on some scratchy shit. But now the scratchy shit is the right sound now. Because
Yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
they're used to hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So they want to hear what they want to hear, and you got to give the people what they want. So my sound is going to be totally different.
Your sound is so
You know what I'm
clear
saying?
and everything, though. You
But
you
they don't
produce
care.
and everything.
I'm producing everything.
I-
absolutely.
Is that still going? Like because beats never go away, though.
No,
like,
beats
how,
never go away. Never
How
go away.
is that? How is the
the
producing?
way
game?
producing is? I'm only producing for artists who come with a gang of bread because you could buy a beat for $25, and I tell people all the time, man, I don't want to waste my time making 100 beats, spending 2 weeks making 100 beats to get 3 dope ones out of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can make 100 beats, and I don't mean all of them dope. Some of that shit whack.
Yeah.
So I don't waste my time making a gang of whack beats to get 3 dope ones when you can get on the internet and just pick through. Because there's some dope ass little young
Oh,
producers
yeah.
out there,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
Dope as fuck, and they get say a $25 beat. Shit,
Yeah.
I done bought a few of them. I tell his ass all the time, like, man, fuck making a beat.
Just
Get
go
on the
buy
net and
it.
buy one. Shit.
yeah. Hey, back in the day, Informant. Informant, that
Are you
shit
an
took
informer?
off.
Are you a
What the
gangster?
fuck does the guy say in the hook? Dog? I remember I used to sing along with it.
I swear to God, I don't know what the fuck he said.
Oh, you don't know either? I used to sing along with it,
That's
dog.
not
Like, are you an informer?
We're doing the show, and I just mumbled the harmony. That's it, because I didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
I don't think he knew. He was high. He was high.
Hey, like that shit was so dope. And then you had J.O. come out on that.
Yeah,
How was
yeah.
it shooting that music video? That music video
Oh, that
was
shit
dope.
was dope.
Dog.
That shit was fun.
Cause we
It
weren't
was
used to
fun.
seeing like that
That
in
shit
our
was fun.
area
Yeah,
back in the day.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I forced the record label to shoot that video in San Bernardino.
They didn't want to shoot that one?
Fuck no.
Where they want to go? In Beverly Hills or something?
Yeah.
No, they want you to come to L.A. and shoot because travel time, and they have to pay. It was almost $30,000 extra to shoot that video here.
No
I
way.
wanted a full-fledged video. I wanted it in San Bernardino. I had to have the video in San Bernardino, and I pushed. I talked shit. I acted like a diva-ass artist.
No way.
And the reason I did it in San Bernardino for no other reason but I coach here. I fuck with kids here. I fuck with people here that
You have
I
your
fuck
foundation.
with on the daily. And I'm like, they
You know what I
deserve
mean?
this shit.
You want to show them like
Man, they
this is
deserve
it.
this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know
This
what
is
I'm
his
saying?
circle. Bring it to him.
And they
you know
came
You
what
know
I'm
down
what?
to
That's
support it,
commendable
dog.
because anybody would take. I'm going to LA, man. I'm out of
Because
here.
it,
You know
it
what
sounds
I mean?
good.
Yeah, yeah.
It sounds
Oh
good.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a good look too. You
Yeah,
think
it
about
is.
it.
It is, but-
Somebody from out here is going to LA. Like, man,
Right.
that dude's moving on up. But you
Right.
brought it all the way
Right.
back
I'm
over
like,
here.
Y'all gonna come out here.
So that's
and
dope,
shoot this
dog.
shit.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's dope. I heard something went wrong over there back in the day, and you're the
Yeah,
reason why
man.
everybody got to get permits and shit
Oh,
now,
my
dog.
mama, man.
What
My-
happened over there,
One
man?
of the homies had a burner. Burner fell, hit the ground, went off, shot one of the little homies, and shot my sister in the leg.
Oh,
And then the
man.
other homies started beating the shit out the other homie. I had to stop and like, nah, man. This is one thing about this gangster
The
shit,
record
man.
label said that's why we didn't want to come out
I
here.
don't know if record label they packed up. Hey, they packed up. They did. He packed up. He said, we said, we're done. You got to come. I had to go to LA to finish the video. Yeah, he wasn't, because they wasn't coming back out here.
Oh,
but
man.
one thing about the gangster shit, man, you can't say you a gangster and be on this gangster shit, and then when gangster shit happen, all of a sudden motherfuckers fall apart.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
saying, oh, this fucked up. You had a motherfucker shoot you over and shit. You got to accept this gangster shit for what it is.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
don't be no gangster. Don't claim that shit.
you're going to get called out somewhere
It's when
along the
gangster
line.
shit
Yeah.
happen,
You know what I mean?
you upset about it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's how you felt like it is.
I mean,
what it
I
is.
could have been upset.
But you
'cause
say your
my
sister
sister
got
got
shot,
shot.
though.
Yeah, I mean-
I would have been pissed
I mean,
about
I
that,
was mad.
dog.
I was mad about my sister getting shot for goddamn sure because she could have got hurt, but she
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
hurt.
yeah.
I checked on her first. She good. I stopped him from beating up the homie because all he did, he had his burner, and he had his burner there to protect me.
Yeah, that is true.
And he dropped his burner on the ground
Yeah.
by
Went
accident.
Yeah.
And motherfucking gun went off.
Yep.
Pure accident. So you
Yeah.
gotta know.
He
it's
shouldn't
an
have had a
accident.
cock though, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah, I
That's-
need him ready. I need him ready. I need his ass ready. Shit, man. I invited the whole goddamn Dino
Dog,
out,
but you
man.
had
It was
love
down.
out there, though.
shit,
You weren't
all
gonna
the
think
sectors.
that, but
It's
you
not
never
even- it's
know,
not-
huh? You never
man.
know.
You
though.
get no matter how much love you get, you always gonna have. I don't even want to call them haters, disagreeers. I hate using the word haters because people took that hater shit and fucked it off. Because
Yeah.
people think because you don't like their music, you're a hater.
Yeah.
And now people scared to say what they like and don't like. I can not like your music, don't mean your music ain't dope. That's just not what I like.
Yeah,
I don't,
yeah.
I don't really like rock music. But rock music is dope as fuck.
Yeah,
and it sells
yeah.
a gang of records.
It's
I
just
record
not your
rock
thing.
Records.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with hip hop. It may not be my thing, but I respect it. But you call me a hater because don't ask my opinion then if you were going to call me a hater.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't
Feel
ask
some
my
type
opinion.
of way about it after.
Because
Yeah.
I'm only giving you my perception and what I think I enjoy.
Hey, I know this is just like out of left field, but
Fuck
can
it.
you speak on, well, rest
Nope,
in
say
peace
it.
to Badass, man.
100.
Rest in peace
Yeah,
to
that was my
Badass.
dog, man.
And I know you guys were all close, especially Nitty. You're close to Nitty.
Nitty,
Nitty brought
yeah.
him around a lot. Man, how did that affect you? How did that touch you? I know that was one of your boys. You know.
Man, that was my dog, man. We talk. Of course, Badass is one of the pioneers of this hip hop shit, man.
Yeah.
Just even starting off rapping, I was on tour with Badass, and Badass always embraced and allowed a motherfucker to go on tour with him, and never
Yeah.
was a hater. Always
Cool.
spoke about
Super
shit,
cool.
everything.
He invited you guys when he would go and shit, or
100%.
no way.
100%.
That's love.
And Badass was the only motherfucker that was really fucking with Pac like that. Like we knew Pac, we was around him. We go to the studio with him. But
You met Pac before?
Yeah. hell
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah.
That's dope,
but Pac,
dog.
but Pac loved Badass. For real.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, that was That was his dog.
That was a boy.
That's
Yeah.
what's up.
And he never was a hater in between time or none of that. Badass passing was a blow to my motherfucking soul.
So you guys were in the studio with Pac because of Badass,
Badass, yeah. 100%.
and he allowed you to be there because you
100%.
know
Just a
Badass could have
circle,
been
you know?
like, man, I'm cool.
100%.
Like
To
I
the
want to
low
keep
life.
this to myself. You know what I mean?
Badass was never no hater. Badass would come to your house, sit on your couch.
Cool.
Most of them are like that. Like I was saying,
A lot of
like
them
I
are
was
like
saying
that.
in the
To be
back.
honest with you.
Yeah, yeah.
Real kind of recognize real when you're just a regular person. People treat you like a regular person when you treat them like a regular person. I don't mean bad. I mean just like I respect you as a man first.
You know what's
Yeah.
dope is I went to a couple of Nitty shows because you know how he throws shows every year,
yeah.
and Badass would always show up and support him, you know, and never
time.
acted like
They're
bougie.
close too. No.
I would see like Badass walking by, be like, "What's up, man?" And he'd be like, "Stop, shake my hand," you know, even though like he doesn't know who the hell I am.
See,
but
a lot of them are like that, but you know the perception of the industry or
Yeah,
what you
yeah.
see, everybody takes a different take on it. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
realistically, like you talk about guys like, oh, that's your brother or that's cool. This guy, he's my family for real. That's his Nino.
yeah, yeah.
100.
This is my family.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
that's what's
compa,
up,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? This is my fam. So we've always treated everybody the same. Even in this rap shit, like with Nitty, when we first started, Nitty was with us.
Uh-huh.
It came to, you know, like right now I see his Black Brown Chicano movement, but
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
keep it real. He was with us. We started this shit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So he's like a branch off of your guys' family, Nitty,
Or
or
vice
he
versa.
came
I
in
don't-
his
I
own
don't-
of his own.
He
Like, what
did
I-
his
what I
own
call
thing.
it, I don't, not really a branch off. It's just Nitty never been a hater, homie.
No, he's always
You know,
been-
Nitty know how to rap for real. Like
Yeah.
Nitty's
Does
dope
he?
as fuck. What?
And he's smart.
No
Smart as
way.
a
Nitty
motherfucker.
can rap.
I
like
thought
a
he was just
motherfucker.
always the businessman behind the
Man, I
moves
try
and
to
shit.
force Nitty to rap.
No shit.
Because Nitty's so concerned about everybody else first, homie.
Yeah.
Straight up.
He's a
That's
good dude.
what's
He's
up.
genuine for
He's
real.
concerned
That's
about
what's
everybody else first. Nitty helped so many careers, homie. That is
Oh
ridiculous.
yeah, I
Chicano
remember hearing
careers,
about
too.
him back in the days. Like, people would be like, "Man, this is the guy. He got all the connections on the West Coast and everything," you know. And I remember I had always ran into him at your spot, you know.
He's never been a hater, man.
Never.
Nitty's
Never.
half Mexican, so he embraces his Hispanic side
Oh,
as
is
much
he?
as much as he embraces his
See,
black side.
Back then, it wasn't. You weren't kind
It
of.
just
I
wasn't
wouldn't say you
popular.
weren't. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a fad, but you know, our group was real diverse in that. I'm Mexican 100%, raza
Uh-huh.
all the way.
Yeah, yeah.
My brother, same thing. He's black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It wasn't that type of movement back then. Now,
Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't.
you know,
at all.
now it is. It is. There
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a lane.
He remember
You
doing
know what I
shows in where was we at? East LA, all over doing shows, and motherfuckers be looking at us like, who the fuck is y'all?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
On the real.
Yeah.
Like they was cool with accepting a black dude coming to come rap, or cool seeing a Chicano come rap. But a black and Chicano together.
Together,
fucked them all
it's
up.
like, oh,
It
what
fucked
the
them
fuck
all
you
up,
guys
yeah.
got
They
going on?
never
Huh?
seen it. Yeah,
On my mama. So it was weird walking to when we did the Raging Bull show.
That
We did a
was
show.
crazy.
We walked in there, and the motherfuckers looking at us sideways, like, "What the fuck is you doing? What the
Yeah.
fuck is you doing?" But when the motherfuckers start
We ain't
rapping,
supposed to be together.
and it was on
Yeah,
once
I mean,
the
yeah.
motherfuckers start
Hey,
rapping, doing shit.
I remember also like there was a little point in time too where 40 was cool with like 50 and he was signed to Mobb
G-
Deep and the infamous G Unit and all of that. How was that time, dog?
That
Like
dope.
that was dope time.
That was dope.
That was
dope.
dope. You were even in one of the videos, huh? I saw you get your little shine over there and shit.
50's a real one.
Yeah,
50's
yeah.
a real dude, homie. 1,000%. If a motherfucker say what they want about 50 Cent, he's a real one. And I recognize the real. 50 is just like us. Sit down right here. If we can get him on the phone, he's so big now, that motherfucker will come to your podcast.
I remember
He's one
this.
of
I
them.
remember one
Rest in
time you were
peace,
telling
Prod,
me.
too. Prodigy.
Oh yeah,
Same
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Same shit.
I remember one time you was it a Mobb Deep music video, the one you came out in?
Uh-huh.
It was
Hey,
and,
some
yeah,
kind of
that
stuff.
one.
Yeah.
And where would you guys shoot that music video at?
That was in Hollywood Hills.
Okay, and I remember you were telling me a story about Lloyd Banks and everybody and
Yeah.
Yayo and everybody were upstairs.
Upstairs where
50
nobody
was the
come-
only one that came down,
Downstairs
dog.
on the couch with everybody.
Yeah,
Sitting on
yeah.
the couch, and motherfuckers was asking him like, "Fifth, where's your security? Where's your bodyguards?" That motherfucker have not one. Not one.
That's so
He didn't
dope.
give a fuck.
Hey, that's so dope, dog.
But that's a
motherfucker,
cool
man.
story, you know, to kind of like, people don't know that type shit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and you know what? Like
They
that's
don't.
how I used to feel about you.
Right.
Like sometimes I sit in the studio, like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know, and because like you had so much stars around you at that time. You know, you were a star. You know, like
But I'm just regular
Mm-hmm.
motherfucker, man.
My first wow moment in the whole thing was the show we did in Arcadia or Santa Monica Pier when Death Row happened to be there.
No shit.
That's when all the shit was going on.
Lennox Lewis.
Yeah, and then old
What
boy
the hell?
from Belle Biv DeVoe.
Yeah.
No way.
That's what I was like, oh, I'm on. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I seen him, you know what I mean? And then old boy was from Rialto. One of the dudes was from Rialto or whatever. I'm like, and you never know, you know what I'm saying? Like,
No
it's
shit.
that was my
That's
wow
crazy.
moment. It
That's
wasn't no
crazy.
superstar or nothing. That was just, I was like, damn, I'm here. They're part of this shit. I was like, that's my wow, one
Yeah,
wow
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
I'm like,
What was
shit, I
your
made
wow
it.
moment?
My wow moment, I'm gonna keep it 100. My wow moment was, I was performing in Utah, and my girl called me and said that my kids they made the playoffs.
Uh-huh.
I left the tour.
No shit.
These are two ballers. Shout out to the Blue Jays from Guadalupe. I left, homie. I left tour.
No
Swear to
shit.
God on my kids, I
That's
left tour.
dope. That
I
shows
left
how much
tour.
love you got.
We came back here and we won the motherfucking championship. They said, Coach, we can't win this game without you. The kids need you here. They're acting sad. And
What?
I'm on my way.
Yeah, hey
That's
man,
coach
that's
love.
love.
Yeah, my wow moment.
That's love.
And we won that shit.
No shit.
Fuck yeah, we
That's
won
dope,
that
man.
shit, man.
That's dope. Now, before I let you go, I need your honest opinion. I need you to be 100%. Don't shy away from this,
That's all
dog.
I
You're
know
not
how.
allowed to shy away from this. Amongst my people, there's a debate on why we don't blow up. There's a debate on why we can't get any further than we are. You know, and you working so close with us back in the day, and you knowing the people who you know. What is your opinion on why or what we need to do for us to get that shot, for us to blow up, for us to
And
make
first,
it?
me first.
Either one.
Go.
Me, personally,
Yes, sir.
I'm part of it. Okay?
Uh-huh.
People don't realize, like for me personally, where I came from, my history, as far as the music, right? So me, I've always took the back seat being around these people because he allowed me to. So I'm
Okay.
around all these people and I see how they function with each other, how they don't hate with each other, how they reach out and kind of like, the first time I seen that was like the South. They've all came together to, no matter what movement it was, they all came together. Us, as far as us, everybody wants to shine. Everybody wants to be an individual. Everybody wants to be on the top. Everybody wants to be the
That one, huh?
That one.
Or that one that kicked the door down.
The one
Yeah,
that kicked
yeah.
down. But really, didn't nobody kick the door down. We've always been here. People are still getting paid
Yeah.
off of what they do. So do you really need that one? I told him in the car. So technically, if you want to be the king, all kings die. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Keep it real, you know what I mean? But it's just hating whatever. Everybody just pulls each other down instead of helping each other out.
Yeah.
That's what I take from it.
Yeah.
And that's what I see a lot. You know what I
That
mean?
is
And
very,
it's
very
kind of-
true. That is a very
you know
good
what I mean?
answer,
Like,
dog.
hey, you do your thing. You know what I mean? You keep doing it. In any way I can help, let me help out. But they don't really do that. Like, come to my video shoot, or I'm doing this, or I'm doing that. Everybody needs to stop being so individual and push for the movement all together as a whole, and you get there a lot quicker.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man.
I understand that. I heard that.
My take on that, if you're talking about from a local level, you're talking about from a global level.
From a global level.
From a global level, y'all got the game twisted. Latino rap is a billion-dollar industry, dog. It's millions and millions of Hispanic dollars running around
Yeah,
the world.
well, that's like
Millions,
Pitbull
billions.
and all of that stuff. But I'm talking about like Chicano rap, like the gangster rap, like the California kind of rap. You know what I mean?
Right,
Shadows
right,
and stuff.
Right. One thing I think they can do, I think just keep pushing exactly like they're pushing, because Mr. Capone and Criminal are big around the world. They
Yes,
are.
very, very.
You're not going to see them on this thing up there because a
not
certain
they're not-
industry runs this shit.
They're not marketed.
You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
got you.
They run this shit and they put what they want to put up there.
Okay.
They put on who they want to put on. It's way bigger. We can go on that another day, but it's way
I know what
bigger
you
than
mean,
just
yeah.
You know what I mean?
a motherfucker that got the talent. You guys had something absolutely correct, and the dollars are there. They know for sure Hispanic dollars make a ton of money. But right now, they know that blacks killing blacks is popular when it comes to music, period. So it makes more money. They going off dollars. They don't give a fuck. Most of the people I sign deals with don't listen to rap and don't even know what the fuck a rap song is.
Yeah,
They don't
yeah.
fucking know. All the motherfuckers know is bottom line dollar. And right now, that music is a top money maker right now.
Okay, got
That's
you.
all that is. There's no difference with talent or none of the above, support, nothing. So they control that shit. You just got to keep pushing like you pushing.
So what you're
the hustle
saying,
change.
in more or less, is like talent don't really matter. It's just what's popular at the
It's
moment.
what's popping. It's
Yeah.
whatever they think is popping, whatever they put out, whatever makes the money.
You
is
could be the
what's
most talented motherfucker,
fucking-
and
it's
doesn't
the
mean
hustle
that's gonna
behind it,
make
right?
it.
It's the
You
hustle
gotta
behind
know
it.
that your goddamn self.
Yeah.
You one of the dopest motherfucking rappers, and I'm not just saying this because I'm on your podcast. I said it to him. I said it to anybody anytime. You one of the dopest motherfucking rappers to rap. Period. I don't look at you as Chicano, this, that, this.
Rapper.
Motherfucker, you rap.
Yeah.
You
Thank
dope
you. I
as
appreciate
fuck.
that. You always told
Your
me
lyrics, your content. You got songs that I wish I would have did. That last song that was on the radio, I called
feel
this
so
motherfucker in
proud.
the middle
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the night. I was like, man, that's a dope. That song touched my heart. I have to pull over and call you, and I can call doing this. I have to tell you right now in the middle of the night. This is what I was talking about.
that. Yeah, that was dope.
Real music is real music.
Hey
I
man,
don't
it
give
meant a
fuck.
lot to me to get a call from you. Like
Man, I
everybody
blew it. I
called,
had to
but
call
like
you.
I said, I started my career. I made my first song in your studio, though. And then
Real
when I
shit.
saw your number, like, your number hasn't changed since back way
Nah,
back
I can't
when.
change it because if you need it, I'm gonna be there.
And I saw the number like Buck's calling me, and then you were like, "Man, I just heard your song on the radio. That shit is so dope." And you were like, "I don't care about the fact that you're on the radio." You were like, "The song touched
song.
me,"
The
and I was like,
song
"Man, that's
was
dope.
one of the dopest songs I ever heard. I love that motherfucking song.
That's dope."
And then I'm proud. I'm so proud with one of my own get a chance to step up where they supposed to be.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
I'm proud.
You know
Look
what's crazy
what
about
you're
that,
doing
Bud?
now, I'm so proud.
That kid right there, in the beginning of the song, there's a little kid rapping, and it was him when he was about
Shut
3-4
up.
years old.
Are you
3 or 4
serious?
years old, yeah, it was him rapping. Look at how big he is now,
I
dog.
know, man.
That's
Look
so
like a grown
crazy,
man.
huh? Anyways, man, I thank you guys for coming from the bottom of my heart. I so
Real
much
shit.
appreciate it.
Real shit.
Any day you guys ever want to come back, just let me know, and we'll
Well, can I tell this one story real quick
Oh,
for your
go ahead,
listeners?
go ahead.
This is for your listeners. If y'all motherfuckers think Stevie is anything but who he really is, you motherfuckers got the game twisted.
Fucked
I went
up.
to the county jail, man. I went to the county jail for some punk shit on my mama. And I'm like, I got a bail out. They was taking long to bail out. I walk in and I see Stevie. In the county, black and Mexicans don't fuck around. They can't.
And we just got
It's
into a riot
structure.
too,
On my
dog. That's
mama,
the
and
crazy
there's structure in
thing.
there. As soon as I get there, they tell me, hey, we don't really fuck with the Mexicans, blah, blah, blah. I tell them, I don't give a fuck. That's my motherfucker. I fucks with him. And they're like, well, you can't really go over there. I'm like, man, fuck with y'all. If I got to catch us 3-on-1, that's what it's going to be. This motherfucker walked halfway and came and met me and said, Westside, what's up? Right then and there, I was like,
Yeah.
he's not a fake one. Because I've been to the county a gang of times with a gang of SA homies that I grew
Yeah,
up with.
yeah.
And they got to act different. They act different.
Yeah, you have
But
to.
they have to.
If you're
It's
scared.
rules.
If you're scared, you have to.
It's
mean,
rules.
Yeah.
And I respect the rules. I respect what goes on in there. But it's the fact that when you know general love, and I'm thinking in my head, like, if something ever crack, I'm going this way. Stevie probably already thinking, I'm going to go this way. Because we ain't going to run into each other. But we got to run into that because it's the structure. That's what got to happen in there. But the fact that you stepped up and said, what's up, I was like, that's my motherfucker for the rest of my life.
Yeah, hell
Period.
yeah.
Straight up, 100%.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't going to be faking no fraud just because all the homies over here and this shit going on. I know we in jail. I know we got structure. But I got family. And when I get out of here, motherfucker, you ain't going to do nothing for me.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
motherfucker over here,
We're gonna run into each other again.
Somewhere, yeah.
That
feel
you
me?
know what? We had just got in a riot like a day or two before that, right?
Right.
And when I seen Bug come up the stairs, and I was like, "Fuck!" And I just looked like you know what? And I had to make a choice, dog. Like, am I gonna be real? Am I gonna be fake? Am I gonna,
100.
you know what I mean?
100.
And I was just like, give a fuck. Whatever happens, happens, dog. You
Hey,
know?
it was
It's
quiet
not like
in
I'm
there.
turning on my
Right.
people,
Right.
but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
embracing somebody that I really fuck.
Right.
How am I
Right.
gonna look like
Right.
to you,
Right.
not
Right.
telling you what's up?
Right. And vice versa.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm going to look, and I know this is little Stevie. This is my motherfucker that I protect, that I want to rap, that I want to be the shit. How'd I look like saying I protect you and I'm the big homie and I'm your homie and I love you and I see you and I act fucked
Yeah,
up with
yeah,
you?
yeah.
That would be so fucked up. I swear to God, you could have heard pins dropping that motherfucker.
Because everybody
The
looked
blacks
at
was
us,
over there
dog.
looking
Like
this,
literally,
and
like
they
the
looking
room
like
was
this,
separated.
And we chopped it up for about
Yeah,
10 minutes.
yeah. We walked up to each other, and I told them, "Look, man, hey, this is a little weird right now because we just got in a riot, but
Got a bunch
fuck
of-
it, dog. You know what I mean?" So we started
tight.
chopping
On
it
the
up.
real.
And yeah,
and
that
nothing
was
happened.
dope.
I went back over there like, you know him? Like, yeah, that's my family.
Yeah,
Straight
yeah,
up. Because
yeah.
the rules is, if they a family member,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
fuck with them. But when I say family, I don't just be bullshitting with that word. That's my family. if his own peoples would have tried to jump him right there, I probably would have had to get stabbed up. On my mom, I'd have got stabbed because I had to help. I'm sorry, that's just my soul. I don't give a fuck about black, brown, nothing. My family into it, homie.
You know what? When
I
they
gotta
came
do what I
down to
gotta
it,
do.
though, everybody knew like I wasn't gonna walk over there for no bullshit.
Right,
I
right,
follow
right.
rules. I'm
Right.
very about my people.
Right,
I'm about my
right,
structure,
right,
and I do
right.
what I do. You know.
Right,
right.
But they knew I wasn't gonna. Nobody even asked me about it, dog.
Right,
Like I
right.
just walked over there. Everybody looked at me. Like I'm telling you, everybody looked at us, dog, because we met in the middle, and everybody's like, "What the?"
They probably
fuck?
thought we was about to go down. But them motherfuckers show asked me. They was like, "Hey, where you know him from?" I said, "Man, that's my family, dog." And that's it. That was all it was.
Done
That was it. Nobody said
Yeah,
nothing else
yeah.
after that. That's
Hey, that's much love, dog.
100,
Hey, to be able to
100.
share that
Yeah.
shit, huh?
100,
That's
100.
crazy.
100.
Anyways, I thank you guys for coming.
100.
Anything else you guys want to tell the people?
We love y'all.
Okay.
Fuck with us. I got some
quick
new
shit.
records coming out. I got some platforms. That's what I needed to talk about. Fuck. I got platforms for
Oh, go
anybody
ahead.
who
Let's
know
do
that
that.
rap.
Let's do
Anybody
that.
know that rap?
What
or
kind of
need some help.
platforms?
I'm gonna let her tell you about it right now. Her name is Latrina BlackBerry. She the one got Nipsey and them cracking. That's how I met Nipsey. I met
What?
Nipsey through Latrina.
No way.
Yeah.
So these are like what kind of platforms? Like Spotify kind of things, or
kind of like
or-
that, yeah, where you can put your music out and where you can get exposure, where you can get sponsorships.
No
and
way.
Shit like that. Yeah, she helped you sponsor. Latrina, how you doing? This is Westside.
Hey,
What up? Hey, you're
official.
on the air. Can you tell them about the platform and how they can get sponsored and what they can do so young artists who need the opportunity that have $100 at the gate can get
What?
$5,000, $10,000 or 20, whatever the case scenario, so they can get on. Go ahead, you're on.
well, I'm inviting everybody to the Unsigned Paparazzi platform so you guys can be seen by not only your own fans, but also the fans that are being brought to the fan platform from not only the United States, but outside the United States as well. You have a chance to get exposure as well as sponsorships and so forth, as long as you are constantly updating your video and stuff. We're going to promote you hard free through October 15th and stuff. You're also going to be selected randomly for the 100,000 email blast will be sent out on a monthly basis and stuff. If you need entertainment financing, we can get that stuff for you as well. Just reach out to us. But again, just go to Unsigned Paparazzi, create a profile right now for the free promotion all the way through October 15th. We got producers that's on their way up there as well that we can see shout out for that. That's industry beats as well. We got connections, we got promoters, we got DJs coming. So just make sure you get on the platform now and get the free promotion going on.
How new is the platform?
How new
You said what?
how new is the platform?
The platform is very new. It's like less than 3 weeks old. The first couple of weeks, we've been going ahead and we've been dealing with the marketing, revamping the marketing to get everything together. You know, we had to redesign the site over and over again. But now we got it where it needs to be, and that's why we're ready to send out the blast out next week.
Wow, that's so
Hey,
dope.
that's dope. Make sure give them the site again so they can go to it.
And make sure you go to unsignedpaparazzi.com.
All right, for sure. Good looking, Latrina. Hey, we definitely appreciate it. A little history on Latrina BlackBerry. She's been music promoting here in the industry and hip hop in the Los Angeles area for the last 20 years.
No way.
She's a heavy hitter out there, and all she does is get people signed, get them hooked up, get shows, promote. The music is in her soul. So go to the platform. You guys sign up. If you have any questions, you can always contact Stevie, and Stevie will contact me, and you can get a one-on-one consultation. I'll make sure you guys get on.
That's very, very
Yeah,
dope.
yeah.
That's very dope.
All right, thank you, Latrina.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Hey, so she helps people get record deals. She helps promote them. She helps everybody out there. You know, you said that's how you met Nipsey. I didn't know you knew
Yeah.
Nipsey. That's so dope.
Yeah, I met Nipsey through her.
How was she involved with him?
She was doing all the shows. That was that song, "And I Feel Like Money." I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
yeah,
money.
yeah.
That was one of her artists with Steve LaBelle.
No
so
way.
It was me, her, Steve LaBelle, Big U, and Nipsey was one of their artists at that time.
Okay,
So we all
okay.
did that show together. Me, them, J.O., 40 Glock. It was a show that she put together.
Damn.
She was putting together. She also does the hip hop awards and all that stuff. So she's been involved in hip hop for a long time.
So So a little bit more on the platform. Like it's a one-stop shop for everybody, or what exactly do they provide?
For me, I would take it as artillery. I mean, if you got a 9, you probably want a 4.5 She's a 4.5. Okay.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
You add her to the arsenal. You add that to whatever you're doing now. It's just going to help increase your image and
get you out there a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's dope because sometimes we need people like that. We need people to help us out because maybe our platform's just not big enough. And then like you guys might know this, like you just said, Big U, like come on, you don't just throw names out there like that.
Definitely.
You know and have access to people I don't.
Right.
And vice versa, like you just never know.
That's
Somebody
what
could be
networking
popping, but that doesn't mean that they can make something happen.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I get that all the time. People don't think I'm connected to this guy. I'm like, man, this my bro. You know what I mean? I go, So you gotta kind of like weed out the little BS. But
Sus come to the house.
Yeah.
I don't be going. I be like, Sus, come pick me up, man. I ain't going, you know what I mean?
Anyways, thank you guys. I appreciate you very much, man. It was a pleasure. Like I said, anytime you guys want to come through here, no matter how big we get, no matter how big you get, I hope it's the same in you. I hope you guys do come back. Thank you for being my first non-Southside artist, Doug. I really appreciate that.
I am a Southsider, though. Westside Bugg, you feel me? I am the first Blaxican.
Yeah. All right, man. That's it. Well, Bug, Sus, FKM, much love and respect. Stay solid and stay blessed.
Westside.